Hey, so as you will probably be aware, tomorrow some of the coronavirus restrictions that are in place at the moment are changing. Some people have dubbed this Freedom Day, but a lot of stuff changes, and I know some of you are asking, what does that mean for us as a church? So we just quickly wanted to let you know about what we're going to be doing and how that changes stuff for us. So the great news is we're going to be dropping the booking in system that we've been running for the last year at our Langgold location, which is great news for some of us. We no longer have to book in. However, we are going to be keeping some other restrictions in place. We're well aware that the coronavirus is still out there. It's still spreading, and we want to be careful, and we really don't want anyone to get ill, anyone to get sick when we can stop that. So we're asking you, if you're coming into our Langgold building and when you're in common areas talking with people, hey, why don't you just keep wearing your mask? That would be great. And then when you find your seat, take your seat. You can take your mask off. We're going to be keeping the seats still a bit separate from one another to give us a little bit more space, and that will give us the freedom then to sing as well without our masks on. We're still going to be operating with the track and trace system as well, and because we're not booking in, that does mean we're going to be asking you to scan in using your smartphone when you arrive to church on a Sunday morning, or if you've not got that app on your phone, then one of our team will be able to scan you in or take your details then. Hey, but we're really looking forward to worshiping, to continuing to worship God as a gathered church. Online church will be remaining, but we would encourage you, if you're able to get over to our Langgold location to join with the family and to worship God together.
In Mark 12:43, Jesus comes to the temple with the purpose of teaching us a lesson about giving. He deliberately sits in front of the offering and watches as people put their money in. Many rich people come and put in large amounts of money, but Jesus wasn't looking at the amount. He was looking at their hearts. Finally, after all the rich people had showed off their tithes, a poor widow comes in and puts in 2 small coins worth only a few pennies. But this is what Jesus had been waiting for, and he doesn't waste the moment. He quickly calls his disciples together to teach them about the kind of giving that pleases God. He explains how giving out of your abundance isn't what God is interested in, because it doesn't help you rely on him. This is what the rich people were doing, but the widow was different, and the difference was in what she was trusting in. The widow trusted God, knowing that he would stand true to his promise of providing for her needs, while the rich people trusted in their money. Jesus' point was that giving isn't about the amount, it's about the sacrifice. What and how we sacrifice will be different for each person, but we all have the ability to make sacrifices in our giving. The danger comes when we follow the path of the first group of givers. We give to look good, or we give out of a perceived obligation, or we give as a means to some other end. But God isn't interested in this kind of giving. The only giving that interests God is the kind that makes him a priority above our money. This is why what we use our money for is such a big indicator of where our hearts are at. When we sacrifice something we want and give instead to God, we show that he has the top spot in our hearts. The poor widow trusted God and gave everything she had to him. And this is why Jesus makes a point to highlight her sacrificial giving, because as we follow her example, she leads us right to Jesus.